Manchester United won, Arsenal won. Threw it away. We threw it away. I don't know what Manchester United fans are going to take from what I'm about to say, but that game, any day of the week, we should have won it. And it's the frustrating thing about it is that this is it's 3 home games in a row. It's 6 points we've let go. You can't keep saying, we deserve to win a game. It's not too bad. It is bad. It's horrific. It's 6 points, and that one's the worst of the lot because it's against Arsenal. And people are saying we were unlucky. We had one chance and they had one chance and they scored it. But I think it was too easy for Arsenal. I think it was way too easy. You can't pick fault with the Arsenal goal. It was an absolutely perfect, easy goal for Arsenal. And it comes, and people, I don't know, I always get asked this, who's your favourite United player? It's Rashford because he's exciting. He's come through the youth system. He's totally at fault for that goal. Totally at fault for the goal because he just... Chamberlain skips past him, freedom of Manchester, go and cook yourself a fry up and then come and put the cross in because he had so much time to put the cross in. The cross comes in. You can't really blame the defenders because Giroud's massive. He's bigger than all of them. He gets up, he heads it home, and it's just an easy goal for Arsenal. But you've got to flip it the other way. We work so hard to finally get the goal. We dominate the game. We get the goal we deserve. We then go and try and park the bus. If you're going to park the bus, you've got to park the bus with a team that can defend. And that team wasn't set up to defend. We very nearly got we had them on the ropes. We very nearly went to 2-0. That's the way we should have carried on. Defensively quite good with a medium to high line and pressing Arsenal. That was the way to win that game. They were never going to score on the break against us because we weren't set up that way. The minute we went 10 yards further back and they brought Giroud on, they were going to get an opportunity to put crosses into the box. Unfortunately, we gave them an absolutely brilliant opportunity to do it. But where the game was lost for me, it's not for Rooney coming on. Nothing wrong with that. The problem was bringing Rooney on for Martial and not putting Rooney on the left and keeping Rashford up front. Changing Rashford, who's been running around up front all game, putting him on the left and then putting fresh Rooney up front was an absolute car crash waiting to happen. Rashford's tired. He's not a left winger. He's certainly not a left back. He just gets skinned by Chamberlain. Just shows it doesn't do anything really. May as well not be there. If we'd have had Rooney on the left, he's fresher. He's more experienced. He would have shown him inside where Pogba was. That cross never happened. So, yeah, you can blame Rashford, I suppose. Well, you can blame Rashford. But ultimately, the manager has to take responsibility for that. He made that tactical change. Rashford was exhausted. Rashford's not a left-back. Chamberlain made him look an idiot. And the goal, as soon as Chamberlain's got all the time in the world, you're just praying he doesn't put a good cross in. Because if he puts a good cross in, Giroud scores. We can't say we were unlucky. We tried to park the bus. We left the keys in the bus. They moved it out of the way and they scored a goal. It was poor defending. It was poor tactics. You can't defend and park the bus with a team that can't defend. And we couldn't defend it. It was wrong. It was bad tactics. And I don't think we can feel sorry for ourselves on that one. I think Stoke and Burnley we can. I think Arsenal, we can't. We made mistakes. We really did make mistakes. And I'm really disappointed by it because I think if Liverpool win later, which I expect them to do, that's 10 points. But more importantly, it's how far we're going to be off top 4. I said before the game we had to win this game. We did have to win this game. I'm sort of listening to what Mourinho's got to say while I'm talking as well. Best team by far. Well, we know all that, Jose. We know all that. They had no chances to win. We know all that as well. But you gave them a chance. We gave them the chance. We were phenomenal. We were really good. We worked so hard to get in front in that game. The mistake was made. We were all joking about it on the live stream. They've had no chances. Arsenal have had no chances in this game, and it's the 88th minute. It's going to be great. And we gave them a chance. We sat back and said, have a chance. That was the mistake. You don't do that with the team that we had. Not enough strength in depth at the back. But all he's talking about is the phenomenal performance, which is fantastic. I agree with that. That's the frustration for United fans tonight. We won that game, but we made a massive mistake by sitting back. They're not. Look, I disagree. They're not lucky. We're not unlucky. They're not lucky. We're not unlucky because we gifted them a goal. Chamberlain's a fast, fresh player. So he's basically saying that, it's Chamberlain who's fit and fresh against a kid who the fans want to play every game, every minute, and that's not possible. Well, you did it. You played him every minute. I mean, what's the angle there? I'm picking somebody because it pleases the fans. He didn't have to be on the left-hand side there. And let's not be silly about this. I back. We don't need to see about the penalty. That's irrelevant. If we'd scored the penalty, it's still 1-0. Arsenal might have still done what they did in the 88th minute. That's not the point. The point is we gifted a 1-0 victory away because tactically Mourinho got it wrong there. And as I say, I back the manager 100%. That's not what I'm saying here. But you do have to dissect decisions in a game, and we can't feel sorry for ourselves. I disagree with we were unlucky, Arsenal were lucky. They didn't hit the goal. They didn't shoot from 20 yards. It rebounded off the ref and everybody else and trickled over the line. They scored a perfectly legitimate, straightforward, easy goal because we didn't defend properly. That's not bad luck. That's not unlucky. I'm as frustrated. I am furious. I won't be watching Match of the Day again. A whole weekend of watching teams I hate winning and going further and further ahead of us. But don't fall into the trap that we were unlucky. We weren't unlucky. We were not unlucky. It's a 90-minute game. For 88 minutes, we got it absolutely superbly spot on and made Arsenal look like the Jelly Babies' useless team that they still are. What we did then is we tried to sit back and defend, and we invited pressure on, which you can do, and Mourinho's done it his whole career. You can do it with an organised team who knows how to defend. We conceded a goal because the person who's playing on the left wing is not a left winger. They're exhausted. They're up against somebody who is fresh. They skinned them. They had the freedom of Manchester put a cross in to somebody who towers above everybody else and scores a goal. It wasn't unlucky. It wasn't lucky on Arsenal's part. It was a well-worked goal because we didn't defend correctly. And that, I'm sorry to say, could have been prevented by better positioning by the manager. He shouldn't have put Rashford on the left. We weren't unlucky. Jordan Coffey, we're unlucky, Mark. You're being very harsh. Well, Jordan, if you feel we've been robbed tonight, then I sort of understand where you're coming from. But what I'm saying is, what part of that was a good goal by Arsenal, well worked? Do you not understand? What part of that goal was preventable? Do you not understand? What part of Rashford got skinned way too easily and then it's a very easy goal for Arsenal? Do you not understand? We were contribution to that bad luck. If you want to call it bad luck, we contributed to our own downfall by parking the bus and then not doing an effective job at it. I'm gutted. I'm frustrated. But I don't think I'm going to calm down and go, you know what, we were unlucky. That isn't going to happen to me. And what really, really annoys me is that it didn't matter. I don't care. Playing as well as we did for 88 minutes is almost a kick in the teeth. Well, it is. Because I'd rather we played absolutely atrocious like Arsenal did. Arsenal have 50 shots. De Gea have an absolutely superb game and the woodwork savers. We go up the other end and, Rooney trips over his laces and scores a winner. I'd rather that because we'd have 3 points. We were at that point today, unfortunately, where it wasn't really about the performance. It was about the 3 points. We had to win the game. We didn't win the game. So, you know what? Playing really well or whatever, or handing it to Arsenal on a plate, it makes no difference. We had to win the game. Look at the league table. Look at the points we've dropped. We could not afford to not win that game. We're at home against the poor Arsenal side, and we gifted them a point, and we robbed ourselves of yet another 2 points. It's highly disappointing, and where it leaves us for the rest of the season, I don't know. We're dropping too many points now. We're dropping too many points. What does it mean for the season? You know, people say, we can't win the title. When you look at the title and you look at fourth place, they're very closely linked. So is fourth place gone if you're saying the title's gone? There's no excuses for dropping them points today. And also, it's against the team that we need to close the points on. Because Arsenal won't win the league. We saw that today. They won't win the league. They could be in fourth place again. That could be our fourth place ticket. We've now got to go to the Emirates. We can't even beat them at Old Trafford. That's the cold, harsh truth. I still don't think we know what our best 11 is. I expect a totally different team next week. Zlatan will come in. Will a fit Fellaini come in? Is Martial now going to be out on the sidelines because he didn't have a fantastic game? there's more questions than answers on that today, because actually it's a win that we've thrown away, a must win that we've thrown away. But I still think it comes back to the same thing. The players aren't good enough. He needs to have a clear out. I still think he's the right man, but individual mistakes, as Sheriff says, cost us. I mean, all that with 3 points were there today. All Rashford needed to do was show him inside. But I don't blame Rashford. I blame the manager. I think, you put a fresh player against somebody who's absolutely knackered and isn't a left winger. You could have put Rooney on the left, and Rooney did okay when he came on, but what was he offering up front? Nothing in relation to pace. Just keep Rashford up front, let him just run around a little bit. That left wing position that Rashford was put into was massively, it took massive responsibility. Put Rooney out there, he's done it throughout his career. Rooney would have just protected it. Rashford, inexperienced as a left side, effectively a left back he was at that position, and tired. It was a recipe for disaster. Applause to Arsene Wenger, applause to Arsenal, because they were handed an opportunity and they scored a well-worked goal, and we were naive. And that's what it comes down to. And sometimes you just have to take it on the chin. We deserved to win the game, but we also got what we deserved at the end because we were ridiculously naive. It wasn't a lucky Arsenal goal. Really disappointed. Really disappointed. I'm sure we will get it right. I'm sure Mourinho is the right man. We will get it right, but we've dropped another 2 points at home today, and it could have been prevented. Just like Stoke and Burnley, we should have put the ball in the back of the net. 6 points wasted at home. You can't keep doing that. You can't do that. Thanks everybody for watching. Somebody just said there you can't blame the players. Said we can't. What? Victor Breen, Mark, before the game you said we can't blame the players, and now you flip. I didn't say that, Victor. You obviously don't watch the channel. I said I'm fed up of blaming managers. You've got to start looking at the players. And if you want to blame the player, it's Rashford. If you want to blame the manager, it's because he shouldn't have put Rashford on the left wing. That's where the blame lies. If you want to play a blame game, that's where the blame lies. I'm not playing a blame game. I'm telling you where it went wrong. But what I'm not saying is that United were unlucky today. We weren't unlucky. We got in a position to win the game, and then we went stupidly and gifted Arsenal a chance. They had no chances. We dominated the game, and then we decided to sit back and defend, and I don't think we should have done that. And if you do that and it goes wrong, you get what you deserve. That's what I'm saying. I'm highly disappointed. We deserved to win the game, but we've messed it up ourselves. We contributed to it, just like Burnley at home, just like Stoke at home. And I don't know where this season's going to go. Is it going to drift off again? It's already a hell of a mountain to climb. Thanks everyone for watching. Back tomorrow night at 8:30 with the Sunday night show. Another dissection of disappointment. But this is reality. This is reality. I don't accept we're unlucky. I don't accept we're unlucky. I think we would have been unlucky if they'd scored a lucky goal. But it wasn't a lucky goal. We sat back and... We gifted them the point. We shouldn't have done it. Thanks everyone for watching. Speak to you all soon.